Welcome back to Entrepreneur Country TV. I'm Sarah, I'm your new co-host, and I'm very happy to be here today. Together, we still portray the role of the entrepreneur in society, and I have some very exciting entrepreneurs coming up for you soon. Hi Tal, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. Good.
Very happy to see you. It's good that we found some time to have a short chat. So I would like to share your work a bit with our community because I think it's super impressive what you're doing. So if you wouldn't mind telling me a little bit about your background for a start, that would be amazing.
So I have varied background. I spent many years as a senior executive with large corporations. I was a CIO with Capital One pretty much um, from the get-go until it became a Fortune 500 company. I was a CIO with Bank of America. I was COO with a company called BondDesk. It was the largest platform for trading fixed income instruments in the US. Probably about 40% of bonds traded in the US were traded through BondDesk. I was CTO and head of new businesses for 888, one of the largest online gaming companies in the world. But I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I started, ran, grew, and sold multiple companies. The first one was in China in the late 90s. And then another one in the US that was sold to Intuit. And then a couple more. And of course, I founded Spice in 2017 and Securitize in 2018. And for a little bit more than a decade before starting Spice, I was also an early stage investor in technology companies.
Wow, that's so impressive. So now your big project is Spice. Would you like to tell me a little bit about Spice? What does Spice do?
So Spice is a VC fund. It is in terms of its investments. It's a traditional VC fund. It invests in technology companies. What's unique about Spice is first, it's a fund that is focused on a specific industry. We invest in companies that are in the blockchain ecosystem. Basically, we focus on companies that are building the ecosystem of blockchain and tokenization. For the first 2 years of the fund, we focused mostly on companies in financial verticals, simply because these were the industries that were moving faster in terms of adopting blockchain and tokenization for day-to-day business. But we're not exclusively focusing on financial verticals. Our philosophy in investing is fairly simple. We invest in companies that we feel are building key components of the ecosystem, so they will benefit from the growth of the ecosystem, regardless of a specific bet on a specific technology. The other thing that is interesting about Spice is that we also eat our own dog food. We not only invest in the tokenization ecosystem, we're part of the tokenization ecosystem. Our investors, our LPs, are basically investing in a security. The security is also tokenized, so they can get a token, a digital representation of that security, which is traded. It's traded today on 3 fully regulated digital security exchanges around the world, and fairly soon a 4th one will join. So our LPs can meet money or liquidate part or all their investment much earlier than traditional LPs in a traditional VC fund.
Very cool. And I mean, you're an absolute specialist on this. And everywhere we look on the news, on the internet, on social media, blockchain and crypto is such a big topic at the moment. What do you think? What's the reality? What's going to happen?
So it's really, really interesting because what brought blockchain to our collective radar screen, so to speak, was Bitcoin.
Mm.
Bitcoin was the first project using blockchain that kind of became familiar to a lot of people, especially because of its price appreciation over the last few years, which has been phenomenal. Um, but it's very interesting because blockchain has, as a technology, has significant value to all transactional industries.
Mm-hmm.
Financial industries, if we name a few, banking, payments, insurance, capital markets, and so on, are all going to benefit significantly from distributed ledger technology. And we've already seen major adoption in those verticals over the last 2 years from large banks, actually most of them, and large institutional players in those industries. So now blockchain has already gained significant momentum on its own merit, because of the significant value it brings to how business is done in all transactional industries. And my belief is, and it's very well supported by reality, that within 10 to 15 years, all transactional industries and definitely all financial industries will be very heavily based day to day on distributed ledger technology and on a lot of ecosystem components that will be developed as a result of that.
Wow.
And these are the companies we invest in.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's super interesting. And I think that many people are really understanding more and more that this is happening. This is not just a short-lived trend, but this is something that's going to happen. And that's super cool. Super cool. And it's great to speak to someone like you who has been on the forefront of this for many years now. So thank you very much for your time. It was great talking to you. And yeah, I'm hoping our community is going to find this as interesting as I did. Thank you very much, Tal.